Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I request our honorable guests to light our lamp and to start the program. Honorable MP Chandra Arya, Vice Mrs. Sangeeta Arya, Pandit Rupnath Sharma ji, and Dr. Lakshmana. Please light the lamp and let us start the program. And request Dr. Alaka to chant our Bija Mantra.
Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Antarjyotir Bahirjyotihi Pratyakjyothi Paratparaha Jyotirjyothi Swayam Jyotihi Atmajyothi Shivosmyaham.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome everyone. Now let us start today's program. We have lighted the lamp. The guests have lighted the lamps. I request our youth to come and sing our national anthems to show our respect to both countries, India and Canada, which we love.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Janagana Mana Adinayaka Jaya He Bharata Bhagya Vidata Punjab Sindhu Gujarata Maratha Dravida Utkala Banga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jaladi Taranga Tava Shubha Name Jage तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाता जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste. Good morning, everyone. We Hindu people, respecting of various cultures and traditions, want to acknowledge that we are meeting today in the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. Now, as you all know, November is now a very special month for us Hindu Canadians. Just a couple of days back, a flag with the Hindu symbol of Om, just like what we have here on the stage, was hoisted at the highest government place in Parliament Hill. About a month back, after a long time of trying, the highest institution in our Canada, the Parliament, unanimously approved November as the Hindu Heritage Month. These milestone events were possible because of the continued efforts and the leadership of our chief guest today, MP Shri Chandra Arya. We Canadian Hindus shall be ever grateful for his initiative and efforts in achieving these for us. These milestone events give us the hope that we and our future generations too can count on receiving unbiased treatments in every walk of life in Canada. 40 years ago, when I came to this country, it was a lot different than what it is today, due to the efforts of people like Chandra Arya ji and many others before him. We can proudly say we are Hindus, and our children need not shy away either in the school or playground to say that they are Hindus, and we can hold our head high. If you see how a private member's bill gets accepted in the Parliament, I know Chandra Arya ji is the expert on that, but just from my Google search, it is not an easy task to get a private member's bill accepted and become law of the land. I think only a very small percentage of such bills get accepted and become law. I think the current Parliament had only about 13 such bills accepted. So it is really a Herculean task which Arya ji has achieved for us. Thank you, Arya ji, for all your leadership and efforts on our behalf. We are devotees of SVBF and all Hindus who wholeheartedly welcome you to this gathering under the same roof as our Mother Goddess Sharadamba here, and we convey our gratitude to you. We also welcome Sangeeta ji and all your family members. We are very pleased to have them also with us today. On behalf of SVBF Canada family, I extend a warm welcome to our co-sponsor of today's event, Pandit Rupnath Sharma ji, and the Hindu Federation as well. And we have the support and encouragement from many other Hindu organizations in GTA and beyond. And shortly, Dr. Dubey will be here. There is the VSNA of Canada is represented here. Kannada Sangha is represented here. Havyaka Association is represented here. Bharatiya Cultural Association is represented here. And we have many other associations who are also part of Hindu Federation represented here. So today, the thanks that what we are giving to Arya ji is not only just from SVBF, but it is the whole Hindu community. By honoring Arya ji, I think we are honoring the cause of Hinduism in Canada. So on behalf of SVBF and all Hindus, I extend a very warm welcome to all our special guests and to all of you. Now, to start our traditional program, I request our children to start with the prayers. First, we'll have short bhajans by our SVBF bhajan children, and then we'll have some shlokas, and then we'll have some Veda mantra prayers.
जय जय गिरिजा बालक जानन, जय जय गिरिजा बालक जानन, जय शिव शंकर पार्वती नंदन, जय शिव शंकर पार्वती नंदन, विघ्न विनाशक विजय गजानन, जय विनाशक विजय गजानन, शरवण सेवित सुमुख गजानन, शरवण सेवित सुमुख गजानन, तव पद शरणं शरणं गजानन, तव पद शरणं शरणं गजानन, जय जय गिरिजा बाल गजानन। राम 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 तारकं, राम 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 नाम तारकं, रामकृष्ण वासुदेव भक्ति मुक्तिदायकं, रामकृष्ण वासुदेव भक्ति मुक्तिदायकं, जानकी मनोहरं सर्वलोकनायकं, जानकी मनोहरं सर्वलोकनायकं, शङ्करादिसेव्यमान पुण्यनाम कीर्तनं, शङ्करादिसेव्यमान पुण्यनाम कीर्तनं, राम 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 नाम तारकं, राम 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 नाम तारकं, रामकृष्ण वासुदेव भक्ति तारकम् रामकृष्ण वासुदेव भक्तिमुक्तिदायकम् वीरशूरवन्दितम् रावणादिनाशकम् वीरशूरवन्दितम् रावणादिनाशकम् आञ्जनेय जीवनाम राजमन्त्ररूपकम् आञ्जनेय जीवनाम राजमन्त्ररूपकम् राम 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 नाम तारकम् राम 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 नाम तारकम् रामकृष्ण वासुदेव भक्तिमुक्तिदायकम् रामकृष्ण वासुदेव भक्तिमुक्तिदायकम् 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 भक्तिमुक्तिदायकम्
Now we will have some prayer shlokas by children of our heritage class.
वरदरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये स्मृतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तः पुनः पुनः ईश्वरौ गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवन्द्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः कुकारस्वन्धकारो वै ऋकारस्वन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् नागेन्द्रहाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्माङ्गरागाय महेश्वराय नित्याय शुद्धाय दिगम्बराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय मन्दाकिनी सलिलचन्दनचर्चिताय नन्दीश्वरप्रमथनाथ महेश्वराय मन्दारपुष्पबहुपुष्पसुपूजिताय तस्मै मकाराय नमः शिवाय शिवाय गौरीवदनाब्जवृन्द सूर्याय दक्षध्वरनाशकाय श्रीनीलकण्ठाय वृषध्वजाय तस्मै शिकाराय नमः शिवाय वसिष्ठकुम्भोद्भवगौतमार्य मुनीन्द्रदेवार्चितशेखराय चन्द्रार्कवैश्वानरलोचनाय तस्मै वकाराय नमः शिवाय यक्षस्वरूपाय जटाधराय पिनाकहस्ताय सनातनाय दिव्याय देवाय दिगम्बराय तस्मै यकाराय नमः शिवाय पञ्चाक्षरमिदं पुण्यं यः परे शिवसन्निधौ शिवलोकमवाप्नोति शिवेन सह मोदते। नमस्ते शारदे देवी काश्मीरपुरवासिनी त्वामहं प्रार्थये नित्यं विद्यादानं च देहि मे या श्रद्धाधारणामेधा वाग्देवी विधिवल्लभा भक्तजिह्वाग्रसदना शमादिगुणदायिनीं नमामि यामिनीं नाथ लेकालङ्कृतकुन्तलां भवानीं भवसन्ताप निर्वापनसुधानदीं भद्रकाल्ये नमो नित्यं सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः वेदाङ्गवेदान्त विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च ब्रह्मस्वरूपा परमा ज्योतिरूपा सनातनी सर्वविद्यादिदेवीया तस्यै वाण्यै नमो नमः। यया विना जगत्सर्वं शश्वज्जीवं ऋतं भवेत्। ज्ञानादिदेवी या तस्यै सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। यया विना जगत्सर्वं मूकमुन्मत्तवत् सदा या देवी वागधिष्ठात्री तस्यै वाण्यै नमो नमः।
Now we will have some short Vedic prayers by Pranav and Pranav.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Gananam tva ganapatigam avamahe kavim kavinam upamashravastamam. Jyeshtarajam brahmanam brahmanaspata anashunmanno divisita sadhanam. Prano devi saraswati vaje birvajinivati. Tinama vitrigavatu vagdevyai namaha. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Shanno mitrasham varunaha. Shanno bhavatvaryama. Shanna indro बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ शन्नो मित्रशं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावीत् तद्वक्तारमावीत् आवीन्माम् आवीद्वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्ट्वागुंसस्तनूभिः विषेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं दर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं कल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचारमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवचोर्ध्वात्तात् अवादरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयित्प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वम् अवस्थात्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वमिन्द्रस्त्वमग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्सुवरो कणादीन् पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादींस्तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारः परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण रुद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपं ककारः पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्चान्तिरूपं बिन्दुरुत्तररूपं नादः सन्धानं संहिता सन्धिः शैषा गणेशविद्या कनकऋषिः निश्चितगायत्रीश्चन्दः श्रीमहागणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं वाशमङ्कुशधारिणं रथं च वरदं हस्ते बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तं पुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च शस्यादो प्रकृतेः पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमदपतये नमस्ते स्तुलम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्नविनाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः एतदर्वशीर्षं योदीते स ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते स सर्वविघ्नैर्न बाध्यते स सर्वत्र सुखमेतते स पञ्चमहापापात् प्रमुच्यते सायमदीयानो दिवसकृतं पापं नाशयति प्रातरदीयानो रातिकृतं पापं नाशयति सायं प्रातः प्रयुञ्जानो पापो भवति सर्वत्रादीयानोपविघ्नो भवति धर्मार्थकाममोक्षं च विन्दति इदमतर्वशीर्षमशिष्याय न देयं यो यदि मोहादास्यति स पापीयान् भवति सहस्रावर्तनाद्यं काममदीते तं तमनेन साधयेत् अनेन गणपतिमपि शिञ्चति स वाग्मी भवति चतुर्द्यामनुष्णं जपति स विद्यावान् भवति इत्यतर्वणवाक्यं ब्रह्माद्यावरणं विद्यान् विवेति कदाचनेति यो दूर्वाङ्कुरैर्यजति स वैश्रवणोपमो भवति यो लाजैर्यजति स यशोवान् भवति स मेधावान् भवति यो मोदकसहस्रेण गच्छति स वाञ्छितफलमवाप्नोति यस्साज्यसमितिर्यजते स सर्वं लभते अष्टो ब्राह्मणान् सम्यग्राहयित्वा सूर्यवर्चस्वी भवति सूर्यग्रहे महानद्यां प्रतिमासन्निधो वा जप्त्वा सिद्धमन्त्रो भवति महाविज्ञात् प्रमुच्यते महादोषात् प्रमुच्यते महापापात् प्रमुच्यते महाप्रत्यवायात् प्रमुच्यते स सर्वविद्भवति य एवं वेद ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टवागं सस्तनूभिः विषेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ स्वस्ति।
Thank you all children and youth for your beautiful prayers to start off today's program. Now it is my pleasure to welcome our chairman of SVBF Canada, Dr. Lakshmanan. Dr. Lakshmanan doesn't need much introduction to especially all the Hindus and way beyond Hindus as well. As you know, Lakshmanan is a very devoted Hindu, a well-known philanthropist, an innovator, and most of all, a noble person himself. He is also the recent recipient of the highest civilian award, the Order of Canada, which has made us all, the whole community, very proud of Dr. Lakshmanan, and we at SVBF are especially proud that he is leading us as chairman of this great organization. I request Dr. Lakshmanan to please come to the stage. You want to hear?
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Chandra Arya ji, Shri Shubhan Krishan ji, Sharma ji, and of course, my younger brother, Satish Thakurji. Friends, it gives us great pleasure. Since morning 9 o'clock, we've been watching the little children coming and reflecting our rich Hindu tradition. Children from 5 years old, and latest now we saw young children chanting our Vedas. Well, friends, as Jairam knows, he's the first Hindu family, Indian family I met in 1974, Radha and Jairaman walking with Govind in Merivale Road in Ottawa. Soon after I came to this country, a strange country, came in the month of December, very different to what I saw in England before or what I saw in India. Challenging, but we all came here to buy groceries, to get the life skills, go through the university, or like myself, go deep underground to Uranium City in the mine and learn the life skill, work and get the skills and buy your groceries. At that time, we all came, got the visa, come to this country with the intent to settle down and raise their families. Then we built temples like Ganesh Temple, Vishnu Mandir, then of course Sringeri with Acharya's blessings. The focus earlier was always make the family secure, settled. Initially to find the job, buy the groceries. Later to have a place of worship. Then we thought about contributing, whether it's hospital or whatever it is. But friends, Victor Hugo in La Miserable, he said, life is for giving. But there's no university, Professor Hema Ganapati, which teaches you the art of giving. Ravi Shankar talks about art of living. But there's no university course 101 to teach art of giving. Maybe, Professor Ganapati, we all should think about, I also was in the faculty UFT, start a course, art of giving. Giving is not taught, it comes inherently. Giving money is the easiest, but giving time, it is sacrifice. You give the time, and then you can't put it in the bank and take it back. Giving time, evening hours, after spending time to buy your groceries, is part. But when you decide to go into policy development, get elected, be it municipal or provincial or federal, it is a job which is 24/7. It is a sacrifice. It is not a job that you take your bag and go to Bay Street, work from 8 to 4, get the dollars and make your living. When you become a politician, it is a 24/7 assignment. Assignment, you do it without any expectation. And this, for you to choose to do it, is an ultimate sacrifice. Everybody talks about families. Everyone has to look after the family. But when you enter into politics 24/7, it is something, a sacrifice you do to serve. Sacrifice you do to serve the community, to serve the country. When you, in La Miserable, talks about life is for giving, giving to the world, and then world gives back to you, but without expectation you give it. And these politicians, we on our own, we always talked about our own going into Queen's Park or the Hill. Now we proudly say two of our own is in the parliament with you and Anita. And we should feel very, very proud. They're doing phenomenal job. This country of Canada, God's country, we call it a garden, not a lawn. The garden with the multitude of cultures, heritage, whatever it is. and the beautiful country, beautiful garden. And today, when we have people like Chandra, Arya, making us feel so proud. We worked so hard in Queen's Park, Ramesh Bhai, myself, and all that, few years back, making November as Heritage Month. Now, Chandra Arya passionately, he took it upon himself, going through the motion, making November, the month of Diwali, as a heritage month for the Hindus. When I was working in Uranium City, I couldn't see another Indian north of Lake Athabasca. For me, the pizza used to come from Edmonton, and there was no microwave 50 years back, so keep it and warm it to the room temperature and eat it. And being a vegetarian, life was a lot more complicated, Jayaraman knows, and living close to my house. But today, with all the infrastructure in place, be it place of worship, education, but now it is for Hindus, our own, to make sure that our needs are fulfilled. It can only happen with leadership, with people like Chandra taking our cause, going through the motion, making the laws pass, and it helps us to preserve our values and culture. Chandra, profoundly thank you for the leadership that you have shown. We Hindus, we Hindu Canadians, we're all very proud of what you have given to us, and our children see in you as a great leader. For them, politics is also as an opportunity to grow. It is not alone to be a banker or a teacher. You can also be, unless you are a politician, you can't have that protection. And you need to make sure so that you enter into that and make sure that you look after and challenge and get what you need, so we can continue to preserve our culture, which are values, which are 5,000, 7,000 years old. But in the country that we have chosen to come, we are fortunate that we have leaders like Chandra Arya to help us to help ourselves, our community. Thank you very much, Chandra. Continue doing. Tomorrow we'll see you as maybe you'll be the Prime Minister of Canada. We all will be very proud. Thank you very much, Chandra. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lakshmanan. Now, today, organizing this event, we are supported by Hindu Federation. As many of you know, Hindu Federation consists of a number of Hindu organizations, temples, and so on. And Pandit Rupnath Sharma ji is the current president of Hindu Federation, and Shri Jayaraman is the secretary. Now, most of you know Pandit Sharma ji from Mississauga Ram Mandir, which is a center of a lot of Hindu activities. So I request Pandit Sharma ji to please come to the stage and say a few words.
Make this podium shorter. Namaskar, everyone. It is indeed a pleasure to be here today. But before I say my few words, let me invite everyone to take the posture for prayers. Briefly, sit upright. Let us start practicing the Hindu heritage in all of our aspects of life, that our children will see it from every aspect of our existence in day-to-day life. You know, when we go to temples and we ask people to pray, the Muslims know exactly what to do. The Christians know what to do. The Hindus are not sure exactly what to do with their hands. So let's clasp our hands. And then bow our heads. And then we pray. Om Bhadrang Karnebihi Srunayama Deva Bhadrang Pashyema Kshaviryajatra Sthire Rangestustavagam Shastanuhi Vyasema Devahitam Yadayahu Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Thank you. Honorable Member of Parliament, Chandra Arya ji, Dr. Lakshmana, Dr. Budinda Dubey, and all of the other dignitaries who have come from near and far from all the different organizations. It is indeed an honor and a privilege for me to be here today in this celebration of this occasion called Hindu Heritage Month. The history goes way beyond the last couple of years. For those of us who have come here many years ago, I've been in North America since 1968. I think I outnumber as far as age is, not as old, but being here longer than many people. And in my arrival to this country, Hinduism was a very low profile and still has a very low profile. I remember when I used to travel in the streetcar and I saw another brown person, I used to say, oh my God, there's another one. But I think if you travel in the streetcars now, you have another challenge, right? Identifying the other people. As such, the demographics have changed drastically, and we have made a difference. According to the statistics I saw a week ago, published by Census Canada, India is the largest contributor of immigrants to this country, 18%, largest contribution. One would think it's China, but China is number 3. And surprisingly, the Philippines is number 2. India is the largest. And saying that, then we must be conscious of the fact that we are very much all over the society, from north to south, east to west in this country. And we bring to this country great things, other than our money and our education and our ability to start from the scratch and to rise to the highest level. Dr. Arya, Chandra Arya ji, I knew him many years ago when myself and Dr. Dubey and others would go to Parliament Hill to celebrate Diwali under the auspices of the Honorable Deepak Oberoi. And many years ago when he was not in politics, when he was an industrialist, but he persevered. And today, I and all of us should be proud that he did become a politician. Let's give him a big hand, please. Not only did he become a politician, he became a successful politician who 3 consecutive terms his constituents decided that he was the best man for the job. Let's give him another big hand. It is with this energy and level of perseverance that one can achieve things. Discipline, patience, and perseverance. I know him and I had many discussions years ago on achieving this. We did not agree on everything, but we did agree on one thing. We needed to have Hindu Heritage Month. He never gave up. It was proposed, then dropped. Parliament changed, then dropped. And he continued. This is the type of perseverance every Hindu must take, whether you're in the school, on the job, whether you're professional or just any person in any profession. Be persistent to ensure that your philosophies are respected wherever you are. We must stand tall to be Hindus. Don't just say I'm a Hindu. Stand tall to be a Hindu. If you would have noticed here today on the presentations, 80% of the children here were girls. And all of the teachers, interestingly, are ladies. The one thing we Hindus tend to do very little of is recognize the female in our community. Now, Dr. Anita Anandji is setting a standard. She is now the head of the military. Give her a big hand, please. But look at all these ladies, if I may ask them to stand. They are the backbone of the education process and the teaching. These are the people who are taking the time to sit with the children to teach them to chant the mantra, the shlokas, and so on. When we were lighting the diyas, my dear sister, stand up, please. She was chanting the Udo. Give her a big hand, please. And she chanted with such joy and such depth that it will ignite the light within our lives to know that as a Hindu, we must be proud. Now, what are the steps we have to take to make this moment? The question was asked of Arya ji when he arrived in the mandir. What are we going to do to make this month? Is it just going to be Hindu Heritage Month and we all have some chai and samosas and we dance and we dress up and we wear a bindi? And no, we do that all the time. We need to do something different. First of all, we need to go to the education institutions. All school boards must be given a toolkit on Hindu Heritage Month that they understand these are the things you must say and these are the things you must not say. And that book, that Hindu Heritage Kit, is on its way and will be delivered to all the schools under the auspices of the Hindu Federation before the end of the month. All the ministers of education will receive the same thing, and all heads of all government organizations will receive the same thing. Because I'll tell you, as a Hindu, I dress like this and I go to many institutions, including the incarceration centers. And an interesting thing happened once, a couple of years ago. I went to one of the large institutions out north, where you are, if you're serving over 3 years, that's where you end up. If you're under 2, you end up here in Toronto. And I entered the door, cleared the security, and the lady says to me, "Why are you here today? Aren't you fasting?" I said, "Why?" She said, "It's Ramadan." I said, "You're looking at me dressed like this, And you're asking me, it's Ramadan, so cultural sensitivity training is needed big time in all government offices, starting with Ottawa, with all due respect. And as such, we need to let them recognize that as Hindus, we are not here just to bring our money and education and our clinical expertise. We are people with a great culture and heritage that is so rich that it's clouded by our own simplicity. So today, I'm very proud to be part of this. And once again, congratulate Chandra ji for taking the initiative and being persistent. We need to continue to have Diwali in Ottawa in the way that the Prime Minister will attend. The last few times I noticed he was missing very, very conspicuously. The reasons I don't know why. Here in Ontario, we need to make sure the provincial government understands this. We need to make sure that Hinduism is not in any way given a negative connotation in any aspect, whether any aspect of the Hindu diaspora that talks about it and says anything negative in Hinduism, we must stand tall to confront it and put it to an end, because it continues. There are people who are promoting signs all over the place, degrading Hinduism and making statements, hatred statements of Hinduism, and we lie very quietly because we are quiet people. The Honorable Jason Kenney at one time said to the Hindu community, "You people are very low overhead." We thought we were being insulted. We were actually being complimented. He says, "I don't have to get up in the morning and find out I'll have 100 emails complaining from the Hindus," because we don't complain about anything. We just take it easy. But we are not going to complain. We're going to stand tall. And to Dr. Lakshmana, a gentleman who has made Hindus proud, not only by his being honored by the government, but by his achievements in his area of spare work. Environmental issues in this country and the world are the greatest issues. And he continues to do with this company wonderful work throughout the world. I know he's even gone to our little country, Guyana, to do work. Let's give Dr. G a wonderful round of applause, please. Finally, I thank you for being patient to listening to me. We need to continue to educate our children. Educate them in the ways that they do not see our culture and dharma as complicated. They do not see it as very highly intense, ritualistic. They must see beyond that we have the richest philosophy and heritage of all aspects of human learning, and the gift that is given to us from the beginning of time, that, Dr. Lakshman says that, we have to have a faculty of the art of giving. Well, we need to go back only from the beginning. We already know the art of giving. We just have forgotten it a bit. You see, Bhagavan has given us charo phal. From the time we arrive, dharma is the art of giving. And yet we can only do it by living that art of giving, the dharmic art, the dharmic path. And if we do that, not by the mantra we chant, but the philosophy we understand and the philosophy we present, then and only then we can teach the world about the art of giving. Dhanyavad. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sharma ji. Another true leader of Hindus in GTA and beyond is Dr. Dubey. Dr. Dubey doesn't need, no introductions to Hindus in all over Canada and beyond, and especially in GTA. I used to visit Vishnu Mandir and listen to his Sunday talks almost 35 years ago also. And I used to listen to him in awe, wondering how a famous surgeon can have such deep knowledge of Hinduism and the Hindu scriptures. Thank you, Dr. Dubey, for all you have done for the community and beyond. And we Hindus are really privileged to have you here among us. And I want to welcome you to please come on the stage and say a few words. Dr. Dubey.
Thank you. Thank you. He's a useless photographer in any case. I've never seen any of his photographs. For the last 40 years I've been here, I only see him clicking. I would like to thank the MC for his kind words. And I'm here because Lucky has asked me to come here this morning. And I cannot say no to Lucky. He is as Brother Shah mentioned, he's a superb gentleman, a superb Hindu, one who any Hindu can be proud of. Academically, he has got the highest honor that can be bestowed on an individual in Canada. And so I'm very happy to be here, and to Mr. Arya for introducing the bill and for promoting this Hindu Heritage Day in Ottawa. I think I've said my few words, and I don't want to take up, I'm not supposed to be in the program, so I don't want to take too long, except I would like to say that we should be very proud to be a Hindu. As a surgeon, as was mentioned just now by the MC, I would go into the operating room and come back in the lounge, and there was a specific Catholic internist. Internist means a medical type of doctor. And he would say to me, let us bring a cow into the operating room because Dr. Dubé is here. So I said to him, I said, Tom, when you and your ancestors were running with bows and arrows in England, hunting for meat, etc., so you all can get food, our masters of the Vedic tradition, they were studying physics, mathematics. Do not think that physics came here like that. Physics originated from India. Mathematics originated from India. You know what they call geography in Sanskrit? Bhugol. Why? Bhugol. Gol means round. Since then, when Archimedes and all these people were fighting 500-600 years ago, whether the earth is flat or whether it is round, our people knew that. And yet, we are ashamed to embrace this religion, which cannot be fathomed by any one of us. It takes lives to fathom it. Lives. And yet we can't fathom it. When someone asks us, Christian, what is your book? What does he say, Satish? Your holy book. He says, it's the Bible. A Muslim will say, my book is Quran. They ask a Hindu, what is your holy book? He says, come, let me introduce you to my library. See, my library here is 108 Upanishads. There are 4 Vedas. There are the Itihasas. There are the Puranas. There are the Vedangas. All these are because our masters knew that this is a dharma that evolves with time. And it does not stagnate. It is not a stagnant, because when you stagnate, or when Hanumanji was going to Lanka, there's a mountain that came out. I'm taking too long. I better go, because when I have a mic, it takes too long. So I thank you all for having me here today. Bye.
Now it is my honor and privilege to invite our special chief guest, MP Chandra Arya, to come on the stage and give us his talk. And MP Arya ji doesn't need more introductions. All I can say is he is so successful in politics and administration, and he gets re-elected again and again with one of the highest majorities in the country. So Arya ji, please keep it up.
Namaskar. I thank Dr. Lakshmanan and Param Bhatt for inviting me to this event here. Before I say anything, I have to acknowledge that whatever I've been doing today for Hindu heritage is just one of the things that Pandit Roopnath Sharma, Dr. Dubey have been doing for years. They have laid the groundwork that allowed people like me to take it a bit further. We will continue to need their leadership, their guidance, and to mobilize Hindu Canadians across Canada so that we can all say that we are proud Hindu Canadians. We can acknowledge what Hindu Canadians are doing for our country. Before touching on Hindu heritage, let me take a couple of minutes to highlight certain good things that we heard in the recent times. Obviously, Parliament declared November as the Hindu Heritage Month. We have a Hindu as the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. With him, we have two persons of Indian heritage, one the Vice President of the United States and the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. That is a great achievement, and that should motivate many younger generation people to step forward to take more active step in public life. Pandit Roopnath Sharma mentioned Statistics Canada. It came out with a very interesting, very informative report last week. The Hindu Canadians have grown by 100%. They have doubled during the last 10 years. Today, our population is 830,000. We comprise 2.3% of Canadian population. So we are growing. Hindu Canadians, compared to any other ethnic group, we are very highly educated. We make very huge positive contributions to Canada. See, there are a couple of goals why we need Hindu Heritage Month. One, obviously, to recognize the contribution of Hindu heritage to the mankind for thousands of years. Dr. Dubey touched on the great things that the Hindus have done over a long, long period of time. We need to highlight that. We need to educate that, not only to other Canadians, but to our own younger generation. Second, we need to recognize the contributions of Hindu Canadians to the socio-economic development of our country and for strengthening the multicultural fabric of our country. So these are a couple of things that we also should do during the Hindu Heritage Month. But going back to the fundamentals, Hinduism, it's much more, the Hindu heritage is much more than the religious aspects of it. There are a lot of cultural and heritage aspects of it. Whenever we say cultural heritage, people think of the things they see in the museums, right? The artifacts there they see, the archaeological sites that are unearthed. But there is something called invisible and intangible heritage. UNESCO, United Nations body UNESCO, defines this invisible, intangible heritage. That is something that needs to be preserved. A lot of this invisible heritage is not coded. It is not written. There is no formula for it. It has been passed from generation to generation. It is that heritage that we have to capture, preserve, recognize, promote, so that it is available for the next generation. It can be oral traditions, the songs, the storytelling, the kathas. Those are the kind of things that is one of the domains of this invisible heritage. The second is the performing arts. We know things like Bharatanatyam, Kathakali, or the Carnatic music, the various things. This is the second domain of this invisible heritage. Then there are social practices, rituals, and festival events. Like Diwali is a festival event. This is part of the third domain of the invisible heritage according to UNESCO. Then we have the knowledge and practices concerning nature and the universe. Dr. Dubey mentioned Bhugola. The way what our ancestors recognized, understood, and they contributed to science, medicine, astronomy, etc. And of course, the knowledge and skills to produce traditional craft. It can be a metal craft, it can be jewelry, it can be wood craft, etc. So there are a lot of things that we can do during the Hindu Heritage Month. Each individual organization or each individuals can take up upon themselves. But primary thing, as Pandit Roopnath Sharma said, we need to educate fellow Canadians. We always kept a low profile. I told my parliament that, we generally keep a low profile. We focus on our children's education and, and we focus mostly on the children's education, but we don't highlight, promote what we are as Hindus. First time this year, when I stepped up in the parliament to talk about Hinduism, was about swastika. There was a bill which proposed to ban the Nazi symbol of hatred, which is a good thing, which we all support. But that bill stated Nazi symbol of hatred, calling it swastika. So I said that was the time that I said, no more staying silent. It's time for me to stand up and speak. So I spoke. I explained what swastika is and why should not be confused with the Nazi symbol of hatred. A lot of MPs came to me after that. They told me, Chandra, it is your problem. I said, what? You should have educated us. Yes, they're right. It is our problem. It is our mistake. We have not educated Canadians of what Hinduism is, what Hindu culture is, what Hindu heritage is. So let's take upon ourselves. When I started, a lot of things started coming up. Leslie Lewis, she ran for the Conservative leadership twice. First time she came third. Last time she came last, that's okay. But she ran for leadership. She's originally from Jamaica. After I talked about swastika, she came to me and said, Chandra, my mom belongs to a practicing Hindu family. And when I raised the Hindu flag on November 1st on Parliament Hill, I gave her an opportunity to speak. She said her ancestor's name was Raghunath from India. So these are the kind of things. All these years, she knew that she has got connection to Hinduism, Hindu heritage, but she never mentioned it to anybody. None of her staff, nobody else knew. Because we started speaking about Hinduism, Hindu culture, Hindu heritage, they all start feeling proud. They all come and start speaking. This thing I keep telling everywhere. Hindu Canadians have not only come from South Asia, but we have come from Africa, we have come from Caribbean. Hindu and India are not synonyms. Of course, most of us, all of us trace our root to Hinduism and India, but we also have to recognize that Hindus have come from different parts of the world. Like Leslie Lewis, she may be from Jamaica, she may be a Christian today, but she is also proud that she has got a Hindu heritage. So those are the kind of things we have to recognize and celebrate. And we should involve them. We have to educate them. Thank you so much, Pandit Ji, for
Dr. Chokalingam and Dr. Lakshmana. Let us honor Arya Ji and Sangeeta Ji for all their hard work in Ottawa on our behalf.
Om Shankarupen Machittam Pankikritamabhudhyaya Kinkariyasya Samaya Shankaracharyamashrage Om Srimat Paramahamsetyadi Samasta Virudavare Virajamana Paramapujya Jagadguru Shri Shri Bharati Tirtha Mahaswamina Tatkara Kamara Sanjata Srimad Jagadguru Shri Shri Vidhushekara Bharati Mahaswami Bhishcha Anugrahitena Prasadena Asya Yajamanasya Anayoha Dampatyoho Avichinna Preetirastu Rajakiya Kshetre Samasta Sanmangalani Bhavantu Shundhaddam Devyaya Karmane Deva Jajjayai Matarishvano Gharno Siddyaurasi Prathivyasi Vishwadhaya Asi Paramena Dhamnadrakam Hasvamahkvadvasunam Pavitramasi Shatadharakam Hutastoko Hutodrapso Ognaye Brahate Naka Jasvaha Dyava Prithivim Om Ghrite Nattam Tan Ghrite Nattam Tan Tanuvo Vardhayasva Ghrite Nattam Tan Tanuvo Vardhayasva Tanuvo Vardhayasva Vardhayasva Tanuvo Vardhayasva Satya Vardhayasva Tanuvo Vardhayasva Satyah Santu Satya Vardhayasva Santu Satya Vardhayasva Santu Yajamanasya Santu Yajamanasya Kamah Santu Yajamanasya Kamah कामा इति कामाः ॐ वासो ददाति सर्वदेवत्यं वै वासः सर्वा एव देवताः प्रीणाति ॐ शीते वाते पुनर्निवेत्याः क्षेमो वै राष्ट्रस्य शीतो वातः क्षेममेवावरुन्धे ॐ समस्तसन्मङ्गलानि भवन्तु शीते वाते पुनर्निवेत्याः क्षेमो वै राष्ट्रस्य शीतो वातः क्षेममेवावरुन्धे मङ्गलानि भवन्तु
Arya ji, many people have many comments and questions. Do you have a few minutes? Okay. Those of you who have questions to Dr. MP Chandra Arya, please come here. Can you please give a mic?
As a commoner, I would like to really thank you and appreciate all the efforts by you, Arya ji, as well as the support which you got. I want to share something which we did, and then I want to ask a question. So, as part of Hindu Heritage Month, even we as parents got, I would say, courage to go to school and talk about something. We asked our librarian of the school that as part of this Hindu Heritage Month, can we have a section of books which can be named as Hindu Voices? And it can contain a lot of books which are educating various kids about what Hinduism is, and overall, majorly as an acceptance to them. She agreed to that. Even kudos to her. She has been doing this for many cultures and communities and regions and religions. But I've never seen this for Hinduism before. So she accepted, and she also commented that some of the kids came and they recognized that I'm a Hindu and I'm feeling good about it. So this is a small effort from us, but I was wondering if something like this can be made as a part of school system, as we all were talking about educating our kids, making them feel proud. So this is a question. I don't know how to approach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Couple of things. One, the school. I'm so glad that you went and spoke to your school authorities. That is the first most important thing. Listen, we can always look up to the government to do something, right? Many of us that the government should do that, government should do that. It doesn't happen. It is not very effective. The effective way is what you did. If other parents like you also go to the schools and do, that's the most effective thing. Pandit Rupnath Sharma just mentioned that Hindu Federation has taken upon themselves to educate the schools on the Hindu heritage. Books, Dr. Dubey mentioned, we got a lot of books of the Hindu heritage, Hindu literature, etc. If one or two organizations, much more learned people like Dr. Lakshmanan or Dr. Pandit Sharma or Dr. Dubey, if they can recommend certain books, that is generally commonly accepted as the Hindu literature, which are not very heavy on the religion, but which can be read and understood by children, not just the Hindu children, but the children of all other religions. If it can be done, then again, instead of looking to the government, let's take upon ourselves. It is not a very highly costly thing that we can, our own parents can start donating books to various school libraries. I think that is the best way to take it further.
Any other questions? Quick ones, please.
Okay, she has got a question.
Yeah.
First, thank you, Chandra sir. Thank you. Actually, as such, I don't have questions. But I wanted to thank you. Like I started following you. Usually, I don't follow anyone on the Twitter like heroes and all. But I really started following you when you said the topic, when you started talking about the swastika. And that's when I got to know about you, and I started reading about you. And I was really happy because what you said, like we need to talk about it. Like if there is a problem, like we need to talk about it, and that's what it inspired me. And thank you so much, sir.
Quickly on the social media, I am not great in tweeting and putting things on social media. I do it very infrequently, and I don't spend too much time because I know a lot of people thank me, they acknowledge me, they support me, etc. But there are equally attacks that has been going on me, very heavy attacks that have written to the Prime Minister. They are demanding my resignation. Latest one is that I raised the flag with Hindu symbol Om on Parliament Hill. There's a big uproar. WSO, as I believe, said that, oh, that's a right-wing flag. Chandra is bringing a right-wing Hindu culture, Hindu fanatic, whatever they call it, into the parliament, etc. There's too much of negativity in there. That tempo has increased in the last few months, but actually, if I want to trace it back, I trace it back to 2018 when I did the first Hindu Heritage Day on Parliament Hill. That was when people started mobilizing against me. Social media is good to propagate, to connect, to know what is happening, but at the same time, if I spend too much time reading the tweets or retweets or comments about me, that is also we will have to lose our sleep on that, which I don't intend to. Thank you so much.
Arya, one more request. In the morning, we had a number of youth making a presentation on different aspects of Hinduism.
Yeah.
So they were given different topics and they made presentations. We would appreciate if you could hand over the certificates to all these children.
Absolutely. I can also do one thing. Once I go back, if I give the names, I too can prepare a certificate as a member of parliament, and I can also send it to you.
That would be
you.
fantastic. Thank you very much. Say the names.
Uttara, Utpala Balakrishnan, Nidhi Hegde, Shrinika, Chaitanya Nuttaki, Lakshmi Sriram, Sandvi Tonse, Sindhu Javelanki, Kavya Hegde, Atharva Hiremat, Pranav Velanki, Uttara Balakrishnan.
Okay.
Hello, we are moving quick. Now, as part of the Hindu heritage, we wanted to showcase how dance, as MP Arya ji said, how dance and music are part of our heritage. So to to show this, we have the best dance school in the country, led by Ratapada and Sampradaya dance. So they will take over now. And following that, we have another one item of music, how music conveys our heritage by Pandit Vinayak Hegde and the group. So just short programs, so please watch.
Namaskara. On the auspicious occasion of celebrating November as Hindu Heritage Month, we are very pleased to commemorate our rich Hindu culture and traditions through two beautiful traditional forms of music and dance. These are not just for entertainment or just to be followed for fun, but they mainly emphasize and reflect our heritage and values over centuries and to continue to enrich and enlighten our future generations to come. So the first program is dance. And this is by Srimati Latapada and Sampradaya Dance Academy. Srimati Latapada is one of Canada's leading performers of South Asian dance. She is also a renowned choreographer and teacher. As the founder and artistic director of a dance company and academy, she has created her own style, a blend of Asian traditions and contemporary genres. Her choreography has touched audiences at home and abroad. She has also conducted workshops at universities, shared her passion and knowledge with numerous cultural groups, including Canadian Dance Academy. In addition, she is highly regarded for her commitment to the Indian community in Canada. For her great contribution in the field of arts, she was awarded the highest Canadian recognition as Member of Order of Canada in 2010. Sampradaya Dance Academy, Canada's leading academy, is very pleased to participate in today's special program in presence of all dignitaries to honor the esteemed Member of Parliament, Shri Chandra Arya. We join those gathered here to recognize his extraordinary achievements in the world of public service in Canada and are very pleased to contribute our dance presentation today. As a part of special significance of heritage through dance, we present two Bharatanatyam compositions by the advanced level students of this academy. The first dance is Todaya Mangalam, a traditional composition by Saint Poet Annamacharya, describing the many glorious attributes of Lord Vishnu in his divine manifestations as Lord Rama, Venkateshwara, Narasimha, and Krishna. It is performed by Nainika Nair, Raya Arya, and Dino Tilasena.
शान्तकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगी हृद्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णु भव भयहरं सर्व लोकैकनाथं जय विभीषण शरण जय सरोरुह चरण जय दीन करुण जय 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 जानकी रमण जय विभीषण शरण जय सरोरुह चरण जय दीन करुण जय 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 लोक शरण्य जय भक्त कारुण्य जय दिव्य लावण्य जय जगत्पुण्य जय 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 लोक शरण्य जय भक्त कारुण्य जय दिव्य लावण्य जय जगत्पुण्य जय 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 जानकी रमण
दळंकुतक दिकतां तकिट तदिंगिणतं तत्तने कुता ततरि तक जणु तकत तने कुतै ततरि तक जणु तने कुता तगत तने कुतै जणु तक तने कुता डिंग डिंग तने कुतै तने कुतां तद्दित्ता किडदक दरगिडदं तने कुता तद्दित्तां किडदक दरगिडदं तने कुता तद्दित्तां किडदक दरगिडदं
शरणु शरणु सुरेन्द्र संयुत शरणु श्री सती वल्लभ शरणु शरणु सुरेन्द्र संयुत शरणु श्री सती वल्लभ शरणु राक्षस गर्व संहार शरणु वेंकटनायक शरणु राक्षस गर्व संहार शरणु वेंकटनायक स्वामी श्री रघुनायक स्वामी श्री रघुनायक शरणु शरणु
तलंकुतम किडदक दरगिडदं तंदंदं तंदं तंदं तंदंदं तंदं तंदं तां तकिट तदिंगिणतं दिन 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 dim 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 तकिट तदिंगिणतं तंदंदं तां तकिट तां दिन 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 dim तकिट दि ततरि तजुनु तदिमि तकिट तां तिरगिडदं तिरगिडदं किडदक दरगिडदं ततरि तजुनु तदिमि तकिट तां तिरगिडदं तिरगिडदं किडदक दरगिडदं ततरि तजुनु तदिमि तकिट तां तिरगिडदं तिरगिडदं किडदक दरगिडदं
मुरहर नगधर मुकुंद माधव मुरहर नगधर मुकुंद माधव गरुड गमन पंकज नाभ गरुड गमन पंकज नाभ देव परम पुरुष भवभञ्जन केशव परम पुरुष भवभञ्जन केशव नर मृग शरीर नमो नमो देव ನರಮೃಗ ಶರೀರ ನಮೋ ನಮೋ ದೇವ ನಾರಾಯಣತೆ ನಮೋ ನಮೋ ಜಯ ನಾರಾಯಣತೆ ನಮೋ ನಮೋ ಜಯ ನಾರಾಯಣತೆ ನಮೋ ನಮೋ ಭವ ನಾರದ ಸನ್ಮುಖ ನಮೋ ನಮೋ
ದಳಂಕು ತಕ ದಿಕ್ಕು ತಕ ದಿಂಗಿಣ ತಂ ತಾದಿ ತಾದಿ ತಕ ಜಂ ತಾದಿ ತಕ ಜಂ ತಾದಿ ತಕ ಜಂ ತಾರಿ ತಕ ತದರಿ ತಾರಿ ತಕ ಜಂ ತಾದಿ ತಕ ಜಂ ತಾರಿ ತಕ ಜಂ ತಾದಿ ತಕ ತಾದಿ ತ ದಿತ್ತ ತರಿತ ತಗ ತದ್ದಿತ್ತ ತಿರುಗಿಡದಂ ತಿರುತಕ ತರಗಿಡದಂ ತದ್ದಿತ್ತಾಂ ತಿರುಗಿಡದಂ ತಿರುತಕ ತರಗಿಡದಂ ತದ್ದಿತ್ತಾಂ ತಿರುಗಿಡದಂ ತಿರುತಕ ತರಗಿಡದಂ
ದೇವೇಶ ಗಣಾರಾಧಿತ ದಿವ್ಯಾಭುಜಪಾದ ದೇವೇಶ ಗಣಾರಾಧಿತ ದಿವ್ಯಾಭುಜಪಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ವೆಂಕಟಗಿರಿ ನಾಯಕ ಶ್ರೀಶ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕ ದೇವೇಶ ಗಣಾರಾಧಿತ ದಿವ್ಯಾಭುಜಪಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ವೆಂಕಟಗಿರಿ ನಾಯಕ ಶ್ರೀಶ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕ ಕಲಿಮಾನುಷ ಕಲುಷಾಪರ ಕಮನೀಯ ಸುಕೀರ್ತಿ ಕಲಿಮಾನುಷ ಕಲುಷಾಪರ ಕಮನೀಯ ಸುಕೀರ್ತಿ ಫಲಮೇಲು ಮಂಗ ಮೋಹನ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕ ಫಲಮೇಲು ಮಂಗ ಮೋಹನ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕ ಫಲಮೇಲು ಮಂಗ ಮೋಹನ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕ ಮೋಹನ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕ ಮೋಹನ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕ ಮೋಹನ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕ ಮೋಹನ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕ
ದಳ್ಳಂಕುತಂ ಕೃತಕದರಗಿಡದಂ ತಾನತನಂ ತರಿತ ತದಣಂ ತರಿಕಿಟ ತಕ ತದಣದಣಂ ತರಿತೈ ತದಣಂ ತರಿಕಿಟ ತಕ ತಾನತನಂ ತರಿತ ತದಣಂ ತರಿಕಿಟ ತಕ ತದಣದಣಂ ತರಿತೈ ತದಣಂ ತರಿಕಿಟ ತಕ ತಾನದಣಂ ತದನತನಂ ತಣ್ಣಂ ಕಿಣ್ಣಂ ಕಿರ್ಣಂ ತರ ತ ದಿಂಗೆ ನ ತುಂ ದಿಮಿತಕ ತದಿಂಗಿಣ ತಪ್ ತಕ ತದಿಂಗಿಣ ತಪ್ ತ ದಿಂಗೆ ನ ತುಂ ದಿಮಿತಕ ತದಿಂಗಿಣ ತಪ್ ತಕ ತದಿಂಗಿಣ ತಪ್ ತ ದಿಂಗೆ ನ ತುಂ ದಿಮಿತಕ ತದಿಂಗಿಣ ತಕ ತದಿಂಗಿಣ ತಪ್
ಮಾಧವ ಭವತು ತೇ ಮಂಗಳಂ ಜಯ ಮಾಧವ ಭವತು ತೇ ಮಂಗಳಂ ಜಯ ಮಾಧವ ಭವತು ತೇ ಮಂಗಳಂ ಮಧುಮೂರ ಹರತೆ ಜಯ ಮಂಗಳಂ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಮಾಧವ ಭವತು ತೇ ಮಂಗಳಂ ಪರವ್ಯೂದ ಮೋಚನ ಅಗಭೂದ ಮೋಚನ ಸುರಭೂದ ವಂದಿತ ಜಯ ಮಂಗಳಂ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಮಾಧವ ಭವತು ತೇ ಮಂಗಳಂ ಗೋ ಮಾಧವ ಭವತು ತೇ ಮಂಗಳಂ
ಕುತಕ ದಿಕುತಕ ತದಿಂಗಿಣ ತಂ ದೀನ್ ತದದ್ದಿಮಿತಾಹ ತಜಂ ತತಜಂ ತಜಂ ತನಂ ಯದಿಂ ತಕ ದೀನು ತತದ್ದಿಮಿತಾಹ 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 ತಜಂ తత్తజం తత్తనం తత్తనం కృతక తగడ ధీం ధిమిత తగ ధిమిత కిటత తగ కిటత తగత తగ దిక్కు తగ తత్తిత్త కృతక తగడదం 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 కృతక తగడదం
మాధవ భవతు తే మంగళం గోపాల మాధవ భవతు తే మంగళం ఓ మాధవ భవతు తే మంగళం గోపాల మంగళం గోపాల మంగళం గోపాల మంగళం గోపాల మంగళం
Dance is a composition, Mani Nupuradhari, dedicated to Lord Krishna and describes his dance with musical anklets, his beautifully decorated body, and fearless subduing of the multi-headed serpent Kalinga. It is performed by Mayuri Adhwaryu, Uma Maheshwaram, and Nayana Nai.
మణి నూపురధారి మణి నూపురధారి మణి నూపురధారి గణపతి రాజజాల మకుట విరాజిత చికుర మనోహర మకుట విరాజిత చికుర మనోహర ఉదిర సమాకర కళవర కింకిణి గణమణి మకుట విరాజిత చికుర మనోహర ఉదిర సమాకర కళవర కింకిణి గణమణి రాజగోపాల మణిను పురధారి కంగణ కింకిణి గణమణి మలయజ రంజన యక్షకీర్తమ మలయజ రంజన యక్షకీర్తమ వనగమి శ్రీధర్ అనుబోధ వనగమి శ్రీధర్ అనుబోధ తిలకమకలిత సుగంధ విలేపన తిలకమకలిత సుగంధ విలేపన త్రిభువన ప్రగట ప్రలాప త్రిభువన ప్రగట ప్రలాప జలధర ధీల సమాధుతి బాల జలధర నీల సమాధుతి బాల స్వామి శ్రీరాజ గోపాల స్వామి శ్రీరాజ గోపాల లలామకలోల లలిత లలాట మాలత మాల సువర్ణ కబోల లలామకలోల లలిత లలాట మాలత మాల సువర్ణ కబోల లాలిత గోప గోపీ జనలోల కళింగలీల కరుణాన మాలత మమని లాలిత గోప గోపీ జనలోల కళింగలీల లాలిత గోప గోపీ జనలోల కళింగలీల కరుణాన మాలత మమని రాజగోపాల మణినూపురధారి కంకణ కింగిణి గణమణి నూపురధారి రాజగోపాల మణినూపురధారి కంకణ కింగిణి గణమణి నూపురధారి
Thank you. Now I would like to call upon Srimati Lata Pada on stage to talk a few words. Thank you.
Namaskara and namaste everybody. It's our great privilege to have been asked to perform today on this Hindu Heritage Day. And I don't know how many of you know that Bharatanatyam was actually started as a form of worship in the temples of India, in South India. So it has always been very strongly connected to worship, and it has a very divine purpose. That is an offering to the deities in the temples. So its purpose is to recognize the gods and goddesses and their divinity. And so when we teach Bharatanatyam, when Bharatanatyam is taught, the themes are the devotional compositions of all the different poets, be they from South India or North India, and they're always about the glory of God or the goddesses. And so when the students learn, they are automatically introduced to the various aspects of Hinduism. And when our students are from all parts of India, and as Chandra ji said, they sometimes are not directly from India, or their ancestors are not from India. They're also from parts of the West Indies or from East Africa, many generations removed. So they have absolutely no connection to their Hindu roots. So through Bharatanatyam and through our training, they get introduced to the lyrics, to the meaning of it, to the mythological stories of the dance that they're learning. So it is a very important aspect for them to get introduced to their heritage, to their Hindu heritage, through Bharatanatyam. So I think that Bharatanatyam has a very strong pathway to their Hindu heritage, as I'm sure music does also. So, thank you.
Are the dancers here? Thank you very much, Lataji. Now I request Mrs. Arya Sangita ji to please come and honor Lataji. Please, all the dancers, please come for a picture with Sangita ji. Okay, next.
The part of the function, you know.
And you're color coordinating it.
Thank you very much.
ಬೇಗ ಬೇಗ ಬೇಕು